I've sort of related to my life in a very particular way. It felt like there's been this subject-object divide. I've felt separated from my experience. I've always sort of been in the past or present. I've always had this conceptual way of relating to the world as my primary relationship. I've been meditating for some amount of time now, but throughout that time, it's been very spontaneous. I've mainly meditated when I felt inspired, and I haven't always felt inspired all the time. I actually think working with the inspiration when I've had it has made my path more effortless. There's definitely great reasons to meditate consistently in a routine, but working with inspiration when you do have it and making sure you stay inspired has its own benefits. One of the predominant ways I've benefited from meditating, if I notice I'm in an experience where I feel tense or anxious in some way, a way I don't want to be. Previously, I would have relied on the external environment to have transformed those situations. I would have thought, can I leave or can I bring something in to change these circumstances? Now, my go-to is meditation techniques. I can quite comfortably sit in many more uncomfortable situations than I used to be able to because I can tune into a form of presence and not become overwhelmed by my negative thoughts in those moments. If you can let those negative thoughts be there but not think that they're true, there's obviously more space which opens up for you in your experience. You know, I use everything I can. I believe in changing the external circumstances as much as I can to make my life better and more spacious. But within that, another circumstance or powerful tool I have, which has come directly through meditation, is being able to create this internal shift, which gives me space. In meditation, I work directly with that experience I'm having in each moment. So meditation has been great for me to deal with experiential suffering. I'm developing a skill of being present and recognizing my experience for what it is in the moment that is actually happening. In this sense, life becomes more meaningful, more present, whereas previously there was almost this feeling, and sometimes there still is, of not being there for my life. Not actually noticing what's going on, always being distracted by some future event or being on autopilot. And it's miraculous that we're here. It will always be more miraculous that I exist in general than anything that can happen in existence, because this is an amazing mystery. It can really be a wonderful one if we know how to tune into it in the correct ways. Since learning how to meditate, I'm no longer in this comparable world of concepts. When I live in the world of dualism and concepts, things can always be better. The hypothetical question, oh, what if it was some other way? This moment can't be any other way. Everything is surrendered. It is just what it is, and that is immensely formless and spacious, open, it's freeing, it's liberated. There's a fundamental different understanding I have about the world now, which just has to be beneficial. That other world, which is all conceptual and dualistic, it is the landscape where suffering and pain can exist. When this shift happens, suffering and pain can't actually exist. If I'm embodied in that reality, I have a new understanding, or there just is a new truth, a lived experience of the way things are. It makes me relate to people differently. Everything's open and unconditional. Everything's spontaneous. Nothing is personal. That's another thing I really like about meditation. Meditation has fundamentally changed my life, and insights into non-duality, and there's fantastic tools there. I want to spend more time in that place of utter perfection. It's all about how do I get there and how do I share that with as many people as I can. And I'm really excited because contextually we're at a point in time where these ideas are going to just gain more momentum, and it's fun because it's in the realm of shifting consciousness. Boring dualistic conceptual world, so interested in all these physical manifestations. You got to get a good house, you got to eat good food, you got to have a beautiful partner, you got to have children and family, you got to show everyone how happy and good you are, you got to show people how successful you are. I feel like that's what the external world is saying all the time. Wow, there are way more interesting things that happen in our internal consciousness. No one seems to care about lucid dreaming that much. It's way more interesting in my mind than any of that external stuff. And then, wait, you're saying that I can live the entirety of my life feeling completely content where things can't actually be better? Why hasn't anyone else told me about that?